Welcome to our IELTS writing test sample series. We're going to help you understand how we mark the IELTS Writing Task 2 and what is needed to achieve a Band 5. Let's look at how the writing tasks are assessed. Each writing task is assessed by examiners according to the following 4 criteria. The first is task response. For Task 2, this refers to how well you are able to express and support your opinion on the topic given to you. Your ideas should be supported by evidence and examples from your own experience. Your answer must be a minimum of 250 words. The next criteria is coherence and cohesion. Coherence refers to the flow of your writing. It's important that your ideas are logically organized and appropriately sequenced into paragraphs so that they are easy to follow. Cohesion assesses whether you have used appropriate linking words to connect ideas and show the relationship between paragraphs, sentences, or parts of sentences. Next is lexical resource. This refers to the range of vocabulary you have used in your writing and how accurate and appropriate it is for the specific task. Finally, grammatical range and accuracy. This focuses on the range of grammar structures you have used in your writing and how accurate your grammar is. Now, let's take a look at the task. International tourism. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Write about the following topic. International tourism has brought enormous benefit to many places. At the same time, there is concern about its impact on local inhabitants and the environment. Do the disadvantages of international tourism outweigh the advantages? Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples from your own knowledge or experience. Write at least 250 words. And here's the response from the candidate. You may want to pause here to read the answer in full. Now let's look at it in more detail. This answer achieved a Band 5, and we're going to explain why. Let's look at task response first. Remember, this assesses whether you've expressed and supported your opinion with evidence and examples from your own experience. The first paragraph is directly copied from the original question. If you copy the exact words from the question paper, the words will be ignored by the examiner. So, once this paragraph has been deducted from the total word count, this answer is only 194 words long, and so loses marks for being too short. The topic itself is addressed and an opinion is expressed throughout, but in paragraph 3, for example, the idea isn't very clearly developed. Do you remember the next criteria of coherence and cohesion? This assesses whether your ideas are logically organized and whether you have used appropriate linking words to connect ideas. This answer is clearly organized and uses a range of cohesive devices which you can see in this paragraph. Referencing, which means referring back to something already mentioned, is also used effectively. For example, lots of people work there. This refers back to countries mentioned before. And these countries refers back to the countries mentioned before without repeating the same words. However, something to remember is that using too many linkers can make your answer sound mechanical. All these linkers are used in a relatively short space. Firstly. Secondly. Another thing. And furthermore. Another thing to mention is the use of paragraphs. sometimes paragraphs are too short. For example, perhaps all the advantages could have been written in the same paragraph like this, and the disadvantages altogether within the same paragraph like this. Now let's move on to look at lexical resource, which assesses the vocabulary used. This answer shows that the candidate has tried to use a range of vocabulary, but there are errors and frequent spelling mistakes which make it difficult to read. The use of vocabulary and the task-response issues mean that this answer is limited to a Band 5. Here are some examples. And also. Moving on to grammatical range and accuracy. This answer uses a mix of simple and complex structures. For example, these countries without support of tourists wouldn't be able to function properly. Although there are mistakes, these don't stop you from understanding the message. Some of them want an exotic souvenir, so they pay for illegal things. And to sum up, I think international traveling is a good thing, but people must realize that there is something else besides them. So, to improve on a Band 5, remember to write a minimum of 250 words. Develop your ideas with examples and evidence. Link those ideas. Use a range of vocabulary and grammatical structures correctly. And check your spelling. And remember, don't repeat the instructions, overuse linkers, or have too many paragraphs. We hope you found this video useful and interesting. Come back soon for the next episode in the IELTS Writing Test Sample Series. In the meantime, you can find lots of useful information, preparation tips, and fun language practice on our IELTS official Facebook page.